cannot see that this adds shame to the verdict of inefficiency and injustice which is being passed on the poll tax and the ballot box today.
We've heard a lot about extremism recently, a nastier, harsher atmosphere everywhere.
Lost touch with the traditional values of decency and fairness.
And we now know the sheer urgency of the need for us, after the poll tax and education reform bill and all the rest of it, we've got to get in there and we've got to fight with all we've got.
So you've got to offer hope. And if you don't offer hope in politics, frankly, you may as well lock the door, throw away the key.
We have to give voice to the disadvantaged and dispossessed.
Trust our teachers. That's why we educate them, that's why we train them.
Today, across the world, the people are speaking, and the Prime Minister and the President have got to start listening.
If you're against discrimination, then you have to be against discrimination in all circumstances.
Turn on their television sets and they see the polar ice cap melting.
Local decision-making is more accountable and more efficient.
We cannot have an open-ended war where we fight their in perpetuity.
Now he dares to talk about fairness. Doesn't he realise how offensive that is to the millions of people who feel they've been let down by Labour?
Yeah.
We're absolutely clear that the support for renewables and for low carbon will continue.
Their parents will be able to choose how to split the time that they get off work after their new baby is born.
Any couple who wants to get married can get married. Together, we've made our country a place where we celebrate love equally, gay or straight, and for that reason, we should all be raising a glass. What makes us human is not are we identical, but do we have the imagination to imagine what it's like to be somebody else, not to pretend that we've been through all the same experiences. Do we have the compassion? Do we have the empathy?
If Labour won't oppose a Conservative government, we will.
And I, like the 48% who voted to stay in, am heartbroken.
You've seen the pound drop significantly. We've seen £350 billion wiped off the British economy.
We have an obligation across our four nations to regroup as a meaningful democracy, socially inclusive, internationally responsible.
We want Britain to follow the experience and evidence from other parts of the world and introduce a regulated, legalised cannabis market.
Or to the family this morning fleeing their burning camp in Moriah. The government wants us to forget this crisis. We have not forgotten. We will not forget. Those children could be our children. How dare the government abandon them?
And I can point to lines in the legislation which I know were there because I fought and fought to get them there.
However, I want to see a proper post office stay in Redcar. We've got enough empty shops. I'm working with the management of the post office to try and make that happen.
This is about local jobs here in the North East, and that's why we're fighting for membership of the European Union.
This is a matter of us getting our voice heard again. Sunderland actually has a long history of electing Liberal councillors.
And most importantly, I think we were the first uni society to bring the campaign, to bring the argument to stay in the EU to the university.
The work we do is amazing, whether that be standing up for community politics or getting our voices heard at Pride.
And I think that we offer a voice of reason, a voice of fairness. We aren't a party of extremes.